some instructions today that tell you to simplify and write the answers in standard form. You'll see some problems that look like this. Hi.
I left my phone in here.
That sucks. It's mine now. See ya. Finn! When I try to simplify something like this, I generally want to get rid of the parentheses, but are they doing anything here? Currently, no. So can I just write it without them? When you are adding, the parentheses are not doing anything. Get rid of them. Landon, what do you think you should do next? Combine like terms. Alon? I can't see when I'm sitting. In what order do you think I should do this? In the right order. I love it! In standard form, which ones go first? Biggest exponents first. Is it 4x cubed? Yes. Yes, it is. And then I've got 2x squared and negative 10x squared. Negative 8x squared. Then I've got this negative x with nothing to go with. Does that matter? No, just put it down. Negative x. And then I've got negative 7 and positive 8. Plus 1. Can I do anything else with it? No, it's simplify. You done. Ta-da! Let's make it a little harder. Finn, you don't have to look completely distraught when I say that.
I'm completely distraught. I don't know what's going on.
We added. You know how to add.
What does distraught mean?
In despair, completely upset, really sad.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Griffin, are my parentheses doing anything this time?
Yeah.
Really? What do I need to do?
Distribute the
What about on the first one? Are the first parentheses doing anything?
no, they're probably fine.
No, just get rid of them. But yeah, distribute the negative. Minus 2x minus 6x squared. Negative, negative. Positive 4x cubed. Negative 2. Calvin, what do you think I should do next? Combine like terms. In what order? Biggest exponents first. 2x cubed and 4x cubed. 6x cubed. Remember, when you're combining like terms, you're just adding the numbers in front. Negative 6x squared. Yup. Negative 5x, negative 2x. Negative 7x minus 2. Ta-da! Ain't she beautiful? Let's step it up a notch. Jasmine, are my parentheses doing anything here? Yeah, what do I have to do? Distribute the 2xy squared. Remember, when you are distributing, you are multiplying the numbers. And when you multiply variables, what do you do with the exponents? Add them if they're the same variables. So x times x squared is x to the third, but the y stays squared. 4x squared y cubed. 10x y to the fourth. My final answer is expected to be in standard form. Standard form requires the biggest degree going down to the smallest degree. What's the degree of this monomial?
6.
Y'all have gone out a lot of numbers. I still haven't heard the correct one. Zach, what's the degree? 5.
We've said that.
I didn't hear it. The degree of a monomial that has multiple variables, you have to add the exponents. What's 3 plus 2? 5. What's the degree of this one? 5. What's the degree of this one?
5. Jeez.
What exponent's on the x? 1. What's 1 plus 4? All three of them have a degree of 5. So then what order do we do?
Leading coefficient.
Number in front.
Has nothing to do with the coefficients.
It's done. What's the question?
How do you know it's done?
There's no wait. It looks done. Can we combine parts of the polynomials?
No, they are not like terms. You cannot combine. Okay, if they have the same degree. Only happens when there's multiple variables. If they have the same degree, you alphabetize. X cubed y squared is like x times x times x times y times y. X squared y cubed is like x times x times y times y times y. And this is like x times y times y times y times y. Alphabetically. Which one goes first? The first one.
So just the bigger X.
More x's than this one.
Oh yeah.
It is in order. Damon, you are 100% right. It is in the right order. But you gotta know why. Do you think you're gonna get a whole lot that have multiple variables? No. Do I like you to at least have seen it? Yes. On which one? Because this has an invisible 1, and to multiply variables, you add their exponents when they're the same letter. So that was x to the first, that was x squared. 1 plus 2 is 3. Lily, what do you think I should do? Kind of. It's distribute. It's not FOIL technically unless it's binomials. But yes, it's big distribution. Now remember, in big distribution, everything in the first parenthesis should multiply by everything in the second, which means I should have 6 total terms before combining like terms, because this multiplies by 3 things and this multiplies by 3 things. X times 3x squared, 3x to the third. X times negative 4x, negative 4x squared. X times negative 5, x's have multiplied, I move on to the negative 7. Negative 7 times 3x squared. Yup. Negative 7 times negative 4x. Positive 28x. Negative 7 times negative 5. Positive 35. Guess what comes next? Combine like terms in order, biggest exponents to smallest. 3x to the third. Negative 4x squared and negative 21x squared is negative 25x squared. Negative 5x and a positive 28x is positive 23x plus 35. The last 3, including this one, are where people have the biggest issues. Asher, how do I square 2x minus 3? Yes, 2x minus 3 has to get multiplied by 2x minus 3. You cannot simply square the individual terms. But then we FOIL it out. 4x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 9. Has anyone noticed that when you square a binomial, there is a pattern to its results? You don't have to know it, but it can be helpful. The first term, the 4x squared, is a result of squaring the first term in the binomial. If I square 2x, I get 4x squared. The last term is squaring the last number. Negative 3 squared is 9. This number comes, it's them multiplied together times 2. 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x. Double it is negative 12x. Do you have to know that? No. Can it help you? Yeah, I can shorten some things down. Okay, like I said, I've got 2 more problems. And this is where people tend to get tripped up on stuff, is these last problems. Still awake over there? What's happening here?
There's
3 sets of parentheses. There's 3 things getting multiplied together. How do you multiply 3 things together? You always just do 2 at a time. Y'all are giving me looks like, how the heck am I supposed to know that? But if I asked you what 2 times 3 times 5 was, I have zeroed out in my mind. Y'all would have said 2 times 3 is 6 and 6 times 5 is 30. Would you have done it maybe that fast? Maybe not. Would you have maybe done them in a different order? Sure. But in the end, if I asked you to do it in your head, is that what you would have done? That's what you do here too. You just multiply 2 at a time. I don't care which 2. I prefer the first 2. X times 2x? 2x squared. X times 3? 2x times 2x? 2 times 3. Combine your like terms. But remember that we're not done. This is still getting multiplied by the x minus 7. It is the only time that you need to keep the parentheses after you've distributed is when you're multiplying more than just two things. So now I need to distribute out fully. Everything in here multiplies by everything in here, so I need 6 terms before combining like terms. 2x cubed, negative 14x squared, 7x squared, negative 49x, 6x, negative 42. Combine like terms. It's not anything crazy harder, but it is something that causes issues. Final example. I'm going to make it fit right here, just because I do not want to use another page. Riley, how do you think I can do 4x minus 7 in parentheses cubed?
Could do the.
How many parentheses do I need? 3. 4x minus 7, 4x minus 7, and 4x minus 7. I do the exact same thing as what I did down here then. Just have to be careful. You gotta make sure you're not just cubing the individual terms. For the sake of time, I'm just writing it down quickly, because I want you to have more work time. I'm going to skip a step, and you will end up with 64x cubed minus 336x squared plus 558x minus 343. Does this stuff all look familiar?
Yeah.
Yes, it should. We should be 100% solid with this stuff by now. Unfortunately, we make mistakes. And that's okay, we just have to learn from them. You got just under a half an hour work time.
Can I make a pass to the bathroom?
Yes, you may. What?
Are we reviewing it on the last test? We're not even done yet?
I have to go around and answer questions on stuff that people are doing today, but I can go around, and if you have stuff from the last test, we can look at that too. What's my one expectation?
To do your work quiet.
Okay, what's my 2 expectations?
Do your work and be quiet.
What's my 3rd expectation?
If I have any questions, I'm gonna ask.
That's the one I was going for.
Oh.
The other ones were implied. But I'm glad you know that. If you have questions, come back inside. Your guys' tests are not graded yet. I haven't graded anything this week yet. Hello. You're welcome. You as well.
Can I go over to
But yeah. You're welcome. when it comes to today's homework, on problems where it's just combining like terms, I'm not expecting to see a whole lot of work on those ones. But on the ones where you're having to distribute stuff out and get multiple terms and then combine, I should see a little bit of work. Make nice. Yes. Put it in your calculator and distract the NPA. Nope. Not on that one. Make the calculator draw and then say as x approaches infinity, y approaches blah blah blah. As x approaches negative infinity, y approaches blah blah blah.
Why is that showing up?
Make that. Well, type it in right. Seven to the third. How is today any more of a normal day than any other day?
Tomorrow, we have to find out the next.
Oh, tomorrow's a normal day. Yeah, tomorrow. We don't have a screwy schedule or.
Are you going to? What are you allowed to plug in?
Look, this is what I put down.
It's a radius. It can only be.
That's why it's the correct way. I put a negative 5 in.
That's what you are. Yeah, functions are, formulas are functions. Well, not always, but formulas can be functions. So domain is what you can plug in. Formula R. What is R allowed to be? No, because R is a radius of a circle. What are a radii of a circle allowed to be? Dude, you don't need to say it's been so long since you've known this. You cannot argue that you do not know that a radius of a circle must be positive. You can't put negative radii. So it's greater than 0. From 0 to infinity, not including 0. Range is output. What can you get for volume?
Nothing wrong with what I put.
You have negative volumes? Volumes must be greater than.
I'll just grab this one.
I have no earthly idea.
X doesn't approach
Okay, so those are factors. So when you're factoring, the first thing you look for is greatest common factor. What's the biggest thing that divides out of all of them? Nope. All of them, including the first one. Biggest thing that divides out of one is 1. And they don't all have x's on them, so 1. Which is not helpful. Greatest common factor of 1 does nothing. So we move on.
Is this correct?
Then, I notice it's got 3 terms. I am going to do the AC method. times
What?
5 times nothing, 6 times 8, 7 times nothing, 8 times, now we need to factor out, so those are all multiples.
So the biggest one's 4. Well, 6.
It's not asking for what the biggest thing is. I'm asking for which numbers multiply to AC, but when I add them I get B, so they need to add to 16.
Oh, 4 and 12.
4 and 12. Third thing we do is we rewrite.
Is my Zoom back?
Leave the AX squared, leave plus C, and then here you're gonna put the numbers you found. X squared.
I put it in the exact same.
Goes from there, both have X on them, plus 48. That way, we can do the halves.
So how are we supposed to know this on the test? Just like
What's
look
first
around the graph.
Yeah, we're just like,
Let me just look around.
Pac-Man, trying to find like.
What
Like
about
some
variables?
open like world games.
If I divide one X out, X squared divided by 1X
Wait,
is
but where does it go? Like up or down?
1X. 4X divided by 1X is,
Where it crosses the y intercept? Yeah. Okay.
what's the biggest thing divides out of both those? Bigger,
3.
bigger,
Oh, it's the same thing we did last time.
no. 12.
Oh my gosh, this thing moves around so
If I divide 12X by 12, what am I left with? 1X. If I divide 48 by 12, what am I left with? 4.
And then do the FOIL.
Nope.
Not FOIL.
Now you're gonna do double parentheses.
Oh.
Number
This
21 is
and
that?
this go into one together. 1X plus 12. And then this goes into the other one, 1X.
I tried to try it, mother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, thank you.
How are we supposed to know what for the test?
Let's show up in a straight line.
I'm not gonna make them that mean on the test. The general rule of thumb, you should be able to see curves going on with the graph. Especially if it's to, like, the power of 3, you generally wanna have 3 directions, a decreasing and increasing and decreasing, or increase, decrease, increase. And that's a sign that you need to zoom out. On the test, I'm not gonna be mean and have you try to figure out if you need to zoom out. It's gonna be nice and in your face, this is what the graph looks like.
So then, it looks like
They do, I don't know why they put that Y first. I do the X's first, they do the Y's first for some reason.
Yeah.
But as X goes to a negative infinity, Y went to negative infinity.
But isn't this one?
As you're going to negative infinity, you're going left.
Oh, okay.
Here is where X went to positive infinity, so that's when you're moving to the right, and it went up. Yes, when you read a graph, you generally read left to right. That'll tell you increasing or decreasing, but that doesn't tell you any behavior. Better than I would expect.
Well,
Complicated.
That's it, you don't have to answer it. Are we supposed to put it in secret forms? Should we put it in secret forms in the calculator?
did you?
In the calculator, it doesn't matter.
It's actually not like that.
Which one are we looking at?
Yeah, it was good.
It wasn't good. I had it for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It tasted a lot better.
Mine.
Now, you can kind of barely see it there, so you gotta change your window a little bit, but,
Mine isn't even.
Mine's just seems like
well, you plugged it in wrong. You probably used a negative for a minus or vice yours isn't parametric. Look axis. Now click type. Norm of y equals. Now you can type your equation. Because it hates you.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let me click trace. When I click trace, it's telling me there's a coordinate point at 0, 17, which tells me the graph is going way above here. That being said, it looks like you typed it in.
What? No, I swear I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. It just was cut off. Okay, but it is saying the graph, the trace kind of gives you a hint the graph is kind of above. So I'm gonna make
Is that the button where you can teleport to it?
obviously. So I'm just gonna change my y maximums to get bigger so that maybe I can actually see the graph. And if it's still kind of zoomed, like there's a lot of empty space, then maybe I'll change my viewing window to where my x's aren't as large because I don't need as much space here.
So then on this one, they both look when you click positive it?
Yeah, we'll go for
Yeah.
that. You technically can also use the fact that if it is of an even degree, then they're both gonna end in the same direction. If it's got a negative leading coefficient, they're both gonna end down. If it's got a positive leading coefficient, they're both gonna end up. Odd degrees are gonna end in opposite directions though. Positive leading coefficient means that's to the right that's going up, and to the right that's going down, it's negative. I don't know if that made any sense, but
Oh, one of them is negative. X goes to negative.
no, because 3 plus a negative 2 is a positive 1x squared. The rest of it is negative.
Oh, 3 plus negative 2?
Yeah, 3 plus negative 2 is positive 2.
Oh.
Other than that, it's good.
Oh.
X always goes to negative infinity. Remember, they flip it around. As x goes to negative infinity, y went to positive infinity. As x went to positive infinity, y went to positive
So
infinity.
it's always gonna be negative.
For the x's, yes. Because the x's are talking left and right. It has to go left and right.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
You're putting the output in, which is the up and down.
Yeah.
I don't know why the book does it backwards, in my opinion. They just say, y does this as x does this. I don't know.
Are you on 22, Evan?
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
I got that. I'm not ready yet. It's ready.
Wow, it is. So positive.
Look, the answer keys wrong. It's confusing to your
What? Yes, I did. I only have one in there. Why
The
is it?
answer keys are wrong.
Answer key's not wrong.
No, look. It says go to positive. It's negative.
It says as, you gotta, they flip around the x and the y.
Yeah.
They put them in different order. So you gotta be careful with that.
You have a line on the left side. Why is mine doing that?
The answer key.
Answer key is not wrong. You are. Being a small group function means we're gonna have to zoom in and change a little bit. So the viewing, this will change yelling that the answer key's wrong? It's not, I promise you.
So why is one down?
Which question is this? You know, you probably did, right?
I did it twice.
Have you on the record that there's stuff wrong?
Well, my graph has only 3 lines on it. So I don't know why it still hates me. What?
What pattern is this function? Degree 5. It's up degree 5. It's gonna oh, you're missing a direction change in here.
Oh.
You're not seeing enough of the graph. Notice how they're both going down? That would imply that it's an even degree. But this one's degree is 5, which means you're missing part of your graph.
So there's another one that comes up.
There's another one that comes up somewhere.
So mine is right. No?
Give me another
Oh, I mean, oh shoot. But I didn't put it in wrong though.
So let's increase our
half these
x's.
graphs.
What's wrong with my calculator?
Half these calculators.
Well, that's way too small, which means. Ooh, why? Why? That's cool. That's doing that.
I don't see where it comes from.
Neither am I. That's the problem.
I see where it comes
So
from.
am I right?
No, you're not right, but it has to come back up, but I don't know why it's. It's just negative 3x cubed. Yes, because it's got a smaller exponent.
So what? What they're giving us these graphs.
Alright, this is now simple. It's gotta do something.
Okay.
It's gotta do
Tricks.
something.
Because x goes way negative, y goes way positive, and then it goes way negative. That has negative square cube.
Now we're gonna see.
Oh, this looks terrible.
I'm gonna disagree with the so I typed it in twice, but it's correct. I don't know.
It's that close though. Why is that?
It's a very good question, but you wanna know what? His calculator was right.
Oh my god, me too. You're 3 lines from me.
Actually, let's go. I knew it. You guys are trying to tell me I was wrong.
Does this mean I can use that as
I knew I
a
was
test?
right.
On the test, no.
For the
On the
calculator?
test, I'm not gonna give you evil calculators for questions. You're good.
So I was right.
Hi.
Okay, so to solve something like that, your options are gonna be, you have to either do like the full AC method, or you can do the quadratic formula, or completing the square. I don't think the AC method's actually gonna work on this one. We could try. We would do 2 times -7, you get -14. And then we would be looking for two things that multiply to -14, but when I add them, I get -4. Those don't exist. So you're gonna have to do the quadratic formula. Now, speaking of which, looks like on this one that you tried to do AC method factoring or after. Okay, so you combine like terms and then you do factoring, and then we got gibberish. We gotta address the gibberish rather than put it on our note card. Yeah.
So quadratic.
Oh, it's good. Look, it's on notes. It's
Even on one like this, you're gonna have to do quadratic formula. Or completing the square if you wanted to do that. Because of the fact that this would not factor. If you cannot find, like this one we could do the shortcut on if it factored, but there's no two things that multiply to 10 that add to -2. So we'd have to do the full AC method. The same issue pops up on the 2x squared minus 4x. Is it -7 or plus 7? Yes, but you got it equal to 0. 2x minus 7. Getting it equal to 0 is beautiful. But yeah, both of these are going to be quadratic formula ones. Do you know how to do the quadratic formula? Negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2x. X does not go into this outlater. X is a placeholder to tell us a is 2, b is -4, and c is -7. It's just the numbers that go in the formula.
Yeah, dude. Your house.
I can't.
Most of this, while it looks really, really ugly and really, really scary, most of it we do in a calculator. Negative, negative. 2 times 2. And that entire thing, with the exception of the square root, you type into your calculator all in one go. That's what I got as well. Okay, now here's where we have to do simplifying the square root.
Until they like.
Simplify a square root. You can't just put it into a calculator unless it's perfect square. 72 is not. So we gotta find the biggest perfect square that divides out. Do you know your perfect squares? That's what calculator's for. Perfect squares are when you square something. One squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, and we can put these into the calculator to figure them out. 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36, 7 squared is 49, 8 squared is 64, 9 squared is 81. I stopped there because I want the biggest one smaller than this. So 81's already bigger, so no good.
Like,
The 72
can you
divide
like
by
just like
6.
say something really weird?
How about by 49?
Oh, yes.
How about by 36? 36 times what? And so both of those are in square root, that is taken the square root of everything. So square root of 36 is a nice one, 6. And so this becomes 4 plus or minus 6 in front of the square root of 2, all over 4.
It's because of the math. I guarantee you right now, it's because of the math.
You just simplify this, it's all 3 whole numbers divided by something.
The math made me
4, 6,
think
and 4 all divided by something? Yeah, divided by 2, so you get 2 plus or minus 3, the square root of 2, all
you're
over.
gonna bleed out.
What? No.
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 Welcome to the ugliness.
3, 2, 1, bell. That makes sense.
It's not terrible, it's just knowing the perfect square
That's the
and
bell.
knowing when you don't have a choice.
Okay.
You too. Zach, I'm gonna have you step out for a bit. I just figured if you wanted to talk to me after school, you may have wanted to go in private conversation. You're not smart.
Are there options for tutoring?
Options here for tutoring, not exactly. We have Homework Central, where you can come in and work with teachers. Wednesdays, it's Mr. Karsh. On Thursdays, it's me. So those are a good start. Unfortunately, for tutors, like, we've already reached out to our calculus and our pre-calculus kids to see if anyone would be willing to be a tutor.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, no one stepped up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I don't know why. I can't.
And
Like, what if I just like come in every morning you're here? Like, could I just?
I'll work with you.
Okay.
The only thing though is if you come in every morning, I'm here, and then during class you are messing around on games, then I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
you're shit out of luck and you need to not waste both of our times. Because if you're wasting your time in class, then you're taking all my time in the morning. That's not fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm willing to work with you.
Okay.
You gotta be putting in the work too. I can't do it for you.
Tomorrow I have morning practice, but it ends like super early, like 5:45.
I am not here that early.
So I have no idea what I'm gonna do.
Eat.
No, I forget. I mean,
Why does it end at 5:45?
it says be there by 5:45. It ends by 6:45.
That makes more
Yeah.
sense. That's a little more reasonable.
Yeah.
It's like ending at 5:45. What time did you start? I get here typically around 7:30, sometimes a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But we can work on it.
So we're gonna uniform.
I was about to say, are we gonna start with unit 1 so that we can get that test out of the way? Yeah, okay.
I actually studied for that one too.
Yeah, and I think,
I did work out in class for that.
yeah, you just kind of got some things mixed up on that one, if I recall. Which, if we work on it a little bit, hopefully that'll be enough to kind of clarify where the mistakes were, and that'll make it where that goes well. I will say, I wanna make sure we're staying on top of chapter 4 as well.
Yeah.
So I don't wanna just focus all our times on the retake stuff, just to lose the current stuff, because then all you're doing is making where you have to retake this one.
Yeah, in class you do the stuff in class, but then outside of class
Yeah.
catch up.
And then make sure that you're staying on top of this stuff too, if you need to take, if you're all of a sudden like, I don't know what we did today, then we need to work on current stuff too.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betsy.
You're welcome. Come on in, grab snacks. Do all the yummies. Do all the yummies. That came out weird. We're just gonna ignore that. Hi.
Oh, there's numbers. No. I am going to be. I know what's coming out.
Have you registered yet?
I think I did a few days ago.
Okay. Well. Hello, my mathy people. Welcome to the Mathy Math place. With all the mathy maths.
Yay.
Where we do math. Math. Exactly. Ooh.